Hey everyone, Lostbelt Guy here, and well, let's get back into Lostbelt 4, shall we? Okay, now we've gone over things how things generally work in this Lostbelt. What do you think of it? I don't like it. Me neither. Asha and Vihan looked at me like they were the best of friends. They were like family. And I'm positive it had nothing to do with how well Vihan could or couldn't run. It didn't matter how well he could hunt or stand guard either. As far as Asha was concerned, she just loved him and wanted to stay by her side. Oh. So if the goddess royal just erased their relationship for his own reasons, what happens to all the love she had for him? All the happiness she felt when they were together? Where does it go? You said it. Fofo. Amazing. Amazing. Single or few whose resemble nothing as so much as a living doll, expelling on love. Oh, this is just precious. I think I'm going to cry. Although I wonder what Bear would say if he saw this new mosh. I'm going to offer some criticism of this world from a different perspective. I'm sure it's been some time since a calendar meant anything in this world. But for the purpose of our discussion, let's say the year is 2021. Oh, hey, current year. As I'm sure you're aware, I'm visiting the nearby town. Civilization here has not advanced anything like it as far as in proper human history. I'm gonna actually unplug my that is not to say that I only value post-industrial age advances, or that I have no appreciation for a life lived in harmony with nature. I assure you, neither is true. I'm merely saying that civilization as a whole has clearly not progressed when compared to proper human history. That aspect alone is enough for me to declare this world a far cry from anything approaching the ideal. The march of civilization has stalled here, just like in the Chinese Lostbelt, albeit for very different reasons. And it hardly needs saying, but I don't like the way this god does things either. Cheese get permabanned, that's what I say. On another note, is everything okay, Rama? Something on your mind? I just realized something. Arjuna has obtained every Indian divinity in this Lostbelt's history, right? Then that would mean Sita is one of them. Really? Just as I am an avatar of Vishnu, Sita is an avatar of Vishnu's consort, Lakshmi. Lakshmi Bai? Of course, that doesn't mean they're one and the same. And they're certainly close enough. So then, what should I do? What else? I have to save her. That is who I am. It's my very reason for existing. So love is your main motivator for defeating Arjuna. Well, that's just beautiful. What do you think of Arjuna, Pepe? Me? It's like I said. I thought he and this world were dead in the moment I met him. Can't get much further from my type than this version of the Arjuna. He might be a pretty face, but that soul is ugly as sin. Master, there may not be any need for me to say this, but please let me say it again anyway. Pepe is a good person. I believe you can trust him. I think we should work together with him on this. I think so too. Aw, that's sweet. Thanks, you two. Nonetheless, the fact remains that you're a Crypter. Are you truly about to let your assigned Lostbelt be destroyed? What will you say to the others? Why, I'll just say, I did my best, but it wasn't good. Oopsie. I don't want to get on their bad side either. I'm just going the flow here. Well, I trust you less now if you're so easygoing. Why did you join the Crypters in the first place? You could have just turned the men down from the start. Well, that was a cruel thing to say. Huh? Circumstantial change confirmed. I have a proposal for you, chosen ones. An offer for those of you who were cast aside. If you desire acclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep. It makes no difference to a god. I didn't want to tell either of you tell you this. I didn't want to tell you this, but we didn't have any choice. Thawing the coffins might not sound like a big deal, but it's basically like recovering dead bodies. We were all dead in there. We were never going to wake up from that darkness. But then the foreign god came and told us, you may live on as a Crypter or die as a master. And that was that. Honestly, I still don't know who or what this foreign god is. Crypter seems like he does, but he's not one to talk. All I know is in exchange for being given new life, we were to be thrown out into this newly wiped clean world and put in charge of growing our respective Lostbelt's tree of emptiness. Of course, I know we betrayed all mankind when we chose to leave our coffins as Crypters, so not under any illusion that we're the real victims here. I'll even admit that I thought this game to see who will get to be king of the world sounded fun. Whatever will be, you know. If an old monk friend of mine were here now, he'd probably say something like, you guys are just unlucky. Still, there's nothing to be gained from cursing your fate, and besides, I was already getting bored with it. So I'm just going to do the best I can, and trying to throw my life away for nothing. I'm going to sell out my fellow Crypters. I have no desire to fight all of you to the death either. And since that works out for both of us, isn't that good enough for now? Does that mean that nobody on Team A willingly chose to side with a foreign god? I don't know about all of us, but me, Kadok, and Ophelia sure didn't. Oh wait, I guess Ophelia is an exception. She swore to become a Crypter for her own very personal reasons. Then please just tell me one thing. Where does the name Crypters come from? Is it a code name for something? Did the foreign god give it to you? No way! You're really bringing that up. Hold on, let me just say that again. No way! You're really bringing that up now? Oh, right, I just remembered. You never knew this, did you, Mashi? Now it all makes sense. The name Crypters comes from director Marsbury. It was a title he gave the special masters who were chosen for Team A. Anywho, let's talk about how exactly we can get about beating Arjuna. We can go about beating Arjuna. Because I'll be honest, I've got nothing. This is no laughing matter. He even shrugged off my Noel phantasm like it was nothing. Although now I understand why. It's because his very divine existence is just that strong. There's no trickery, magical, or even magecraft involved. This is what he is, plain and simple. Jeez, so she's just by existing? How in the world are we even supposed to beat him then? Honestly, you're in much worse shape to fight him now. Fight him now like Carney's out of the picture. I just don't see how Ganesha there could ever fill his shoes, no matter how hard she tries. Hey, you don't have to rub it in. Believe me, I'm well aware. Maybe there's someone else who could help us. True, there could be another rogue servant here. If we can find them and win them over, it will be the fastest and surest way of bolstering our ranks. The only one I can think of would be Lakshmi Bai. That would be great, but it is a big if. Well, if there's anyone else like Ganesha around there, there's a good chance someone in town might know about them. Why don't we head back to Bichu again and see what we can find out? Sounds good to me. Then what are we waiting for? Like they say, no road is long with good company, and it's best to make hay while the sun shines. Don't worry about a thing. I'll make sure we never run out of things to talk about on the way. I can just say, I can't say that was actually a concern. We didn't have any choice. That's right. I'd forgotten that. Everyone had the reasons for making the choices they made. They did. That's why things ended up like this. Kadok, Ophelia, Akuta, now Pepe, and there's Kristaria. I don't know that these people I haven't met yet, so I don't know. Nice people, not so nice people, people who were interested in me, people who weren't interested in me. I know everyone on Team A. I'd forgotten I knew that. I only just remember that they were also people who lived in Chaldea. That's why right now if I was strong, I wouldn't be feeling so conflicted right now. If only I was a perfect dummy servant then. Mosh? Oh? Oh, sorry. It's nothing. It looks like we're almost there. I already have an idea for what we can talk to for who we can talk to first. Maybe if she knows something. Asha. Other gods? I guess you haven't heard anything then. Maybe using the word God isn't the best way to go about it. It might be better to take a different approach. We're looking for someone who is very much out of place in this world. In other words, someone who finds this place as wrong as we do. If someone like that exists, they'd probably be out fighting Kali regardless of what yuga it is. So the question we should be asking is, here, little miss, let me put it to you this way. Have you heard any rumors about naughty heretics who don't obey your God's teachings? Oh, besides us, of course. Oh, I think Mira would probably know something about that. Well, I wouldn't call them bad exactly. Everything alive in this world is God's creation, after all. But I would say they're just a bit too focused on the wrong things, unfortunately. Nonetheless, yes, I have heard there are people like that in the village on the other side of the mountain. I'm told they spend most of their time taking up weapons and fighting the Kali in defiance of the God's teachings. They certainly do things differently than we do in Bichu, where we accept God's trials, piety, and grace. But that is just the way they choose to live their lives. It's still a bit shocking how much more amiable he is now compared to when we first met him. But at any rate, this is great. Now we have a promising lead. Let's head for this village right away, Master. Sounds good to me, but just be aware that you might not be able to get there by nightfall. I think it's better if we don't move around too much in the middle of the night. So if you find a good place to make camp, don't be shy about doing it, just that, okay? Don't worry about that. I hate going on a forest march. If I have to go hiking, I make sure to make it nice and slow. As long as I'm around, I won't be letting anyone push themselves too hard. Not if they want to. Okay. Okay, a secluded cave, it's no battle, so that's gonna be the next one. Until then, this is Love J saying thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves.